Now see, what is international migration? In international migration, people cross the international border and they move to a new home, and that is in a different country. It can be intercontinental, that is between continents. Example, the migration of Europeans to different parts of Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Australia to set up their colonies. Or intracontinental, that is between countries in the same continent. A very good example of this is, after the partition of India in 1947, a large number of people migrated between India and Pakistan, depending on where they wish to settle, either of the two countries, either in India or in Pakistan. Now, what is internal migration? Internal migration refers to people within a country moving to another location within its borders. Internal migrants can be classified into 4 migration streams. That is, number 1, rural to rural, that is from one village to another village, from rural to urban, from a village to a town or city. Number 3, urban to urban, that is from a town to a city or a mega city. And number 4, urban to rural, that is from a city or a town back to a village. What is number 1? From rural to rural. Under this, people move from one village to another. What are the basic reasons? Why do they move from one village to another village? They move after marriage, or there can be seasonality of work, or lack of work, etc. Now, in slack agricultural season, a large number of villagers move out. It means that when the farmers are inactive, the season is not for the production of crops, then they move out to seek casual employment in irrigation projects, railroad construction, building construction. Very good example that is given here. With the introduction of Green Revolution in the states of Punjab, Haryana and Western UP, that was the decade 1960s, when there was a revolution in the field of greeneries, and like chemical fertilizers, HYV seeds, insecticides, pesticides, as well as irrigation was introduced in these states, and that brought a remarkable change in the economic condition of India. India became self-dependent in the production of crops, and there was surplus production of crop, particularly wheat, and that was particularly experienced in the states of Punjab, Haryana, Western UP. That was the time when a large labor force from the depressed areas of Eastern UP and Bihar, they migrated to these areas in search of better economic opportunities. Similarly, you can see another example is there. Thousands of villagers have moved to the plantation areas, the tea plantation, particularly in Bengal and Assam, as laborers. Now see, the second type of internal migration is rural to urban. Under this, people migrate from rural areas to towns or metro cities, and people migrate from villages due to poverty, unemployment, poor facilities for education, recreation, or any other services. On the other hand, the attraction of urban areas, that is towns and cities, it includes better employment opportunities, regular and higher wages, better amenities of living, facilities for education, as well as socio-cultural activities. And all these factors are working as push and pull factors. So what are push factors and pull factors? The difficulties that cause people to emigrate are called push factors. They are food shortage, poverty, shortage of jobs, low earnings, uneconomic land holdings, unstable economic conditions, lack of amenities such as good housing, transport, power supply, medical facilities, etc. It can be for war or natural disasters like floods, famines. And people get subjected to persecution or ill treatment because of race, religious beliefs, social practices, or political ideas, or sometimes due to very rigid caste system that particularly prevails in the backward areas. People are forced to move from the rural areas to urban areas that are called push factors. So all these factors we will take as push factors along with some of the factors which are mentioned above. Now see the pull factors. The factors that attract immigrants to a certain place are called pull factors. These are abundance of food and other resources, better employment opportunities, political stability, lower risk of natural disasters, racial equality, religious freedom, freedom of thought and expression, as well as the glamour of urban life. These factors work as pull factors along with the factors which are mentioned above. This is all about today, students. In the next video, you will see today's assignment. Thank you.